I'm not gonna lie, every time I hear that there's a new movie coming out, kind of basing itself around like a new version of Frankenstein, I kind of shake my head and just say, just leave it alone. But I'll tell you something, when I was watching this flick, I wasn't shaking my head that much. Hey guys, welcome to Happy Wax TV. So tonight we are talking about a movie called Depraved. I got the trailer sent to me for this film, like I think it was last year, back when it was doing the festival run. I watched it and I was kind of on the fence. There's so many, well, there's not a ton, but there is quite a bit of these Frankenstein-stylish type movies over the last few years that have come out. And every time I see one, I just kind of shake my head. Not that I'm not going to like them, but I always resort back to the Robert De Niro Frankenstein movie, which was an absolute pile of shit. And I just think to myself, here we go again. You know what I mean? And a lot of the movies that come out that are that style are not very good. This one, on the other hand, is actually done really good, and I really did enjoy it. It did have some flaws, which I'll get, and it had something too that I really wanted to see that this movie didn't really focus on, and it was kind of a turnoff for me a little bit, but I get it, budget restrictions and stuff like that, and I'll get to it in a moment. Anyways, it's directed by Larry Fessenden. This guy, if you do research on him, he has been in a ton of movies as an actor. He's also a producer, and I think he's got somewhere in the mid-20s as far as movies he's directed. He's done some short films, some feature-length films. The guy's been around for a while. So, and it does show, because this movie is really well done. It's really well shot. It's a smidge long, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's like an hour and 54 minutes. It easily could have been trimmed down, somewhere around the 90-minute mark, easily, you know what I mean? And we kind of lose the pace of the first act. We kind of lose it in the second act, and that's what kind of, if there was one drawback to this movie. It stars David Cal as Henry. He's like the doctor. Joshua Leonard as Polidori. And then Alex Brow, I think that's how you say his name, is Adam. And Adam is our Frankenstein creature. I liked how this movie started off, too, because we actually see one of the, for lack of a better word, body parts that is made from Adam or given to Adam. He's having an argument with his girlfriend, leaves the apartment, and then he's immediately murdered as soon as he gets on the sidewalk when he's walking back to his place. And we find out it's kind of cool too, because they purposely show him and his girlfriend at the beginning, this character, and I believe it's his brain that goes into Adam, because later on in the movie, the girlfriend and Adam, who's the Frankenstein creature, come face to face in this coffee shop, and Adam remembers her face, but he doesn't know how. Do you know what I mean? Because at this point he doesn't know what the fuck he is, right? He's getting smarter by the day, but I don't want to give too much away in the second and third act. But we all know he's pieced together from the body parts of dead people. And that was the one thing that really I wanted to see, and we didn't see enough of it. And I get it, it's a lower budgeted movie, but I wanted to see more of the theory. You know what I mean? Like, we see all these movies and I get it, this movie is modernized, but it does stay relatively true to form to the original Frankenstein for the most part. Obviously, it's modernized, like I just said, but and I get it. Leg goes here, arm goes here, ear goes here, brain goes in there, sew them up, give them a jolt, and away we go. But I wanted to see more of the theory. You know what I mean? Like, what they were thinking, and I wanted to see him fail a couple times, and I wanted to see that, and I wanted to see the surgical procedure, of all the nerve endings and stuff. And we never see that in these movies, and I know it might be boring for some people, but I don't know. I just wanted to see that this time, because this Adam character, when he does wake up, it's cool. You know what I mean? Like, he knows fucking nothing. He doesn't have a clue what's going on. He has no idea who he is, and he looks fucking cool. The makeup and the practical effects on this guy are amazing. So that was well done. And then he kind of gets homeschooled by Henry, right? And he gets smarter and smarter, and he starts learning and problem solving. And then he realizes when he finally does realize what he is. It's killer, but that's not till the third act. But I will say, if there's, a drawback to this movie, it's the second act because it is way too fucking long. Like, this is a 2 hour movie almost, and it easily could have been trimmed down to 90 minutes. And a lot of that time could have come out of the second act. Like, I get it. You know what I mean? Paul Adori is an asshole, and he's kind of the one funding this. And, I don't even need to tell you, but because you can probably figure out yourself, like, he's funding this operation to bring this guy back to life for the means of selling it and making billions of dollars. You know what I mean? So he'll do anything to get the deal done. And it's just, but that character is so assholish that it's almost annoying. You know what I mean? And it just, I don't know. It just, the second act for me really, really kind of dragged this movie out, which was a shame because the first act, I mean, the pace was incredible. I mean, it's just go, 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 go. And I actually said to myself, how are they going to keep this up? You know what I mean? For like another hour. And sadly, they don't. And not until the third act. The first act and the third act of this movie are fucking killer. It's the second act that really gets kind of mudded down and really slows. And they could have edited it a bit better. But again, I'm not going to rip too hard on this movie because I really did like it. So if you can get through the second act, I mean, the third act is great and it has a fantastic ending. You know what I mean? Again, this is a low budget movie, so I mean, don't expect like super fireworks here, but I mean, it was really well told. It was really, really quite well directed. You know what I mean? And then the acting in this was awesome. It's just, it's funny though. The one character I didn't like was this Paul Adori guy. But that was the way it was acted, and he was made to annoy the fuck out of you. This cocky, smug asshole. And then, I mean, Joshua Leonard, that's what he pulled off, and I wanted to punch this guy in the face. Not Joshua, you know what I mean, but the Paul Adori character. You know what I mean? But that's good acting, man, and that's what it's supposed to do. So, but the second act, a little long in the tooth, but I would really recommend this movie. It's getting kind of mixed reviews, like a lot of people that have seen it at the festivals and stuff. It's got like a 4.9 on IMDb, and again, we don't go by that rating, but this movie, it's kind of like either people love it or they hate it. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. I'm going to give it a 7 for my rating anyways. I would recommend it. So anyways, it's out now. And yeah, I would definitely give it a watch. If you have seen this movie, let me know what you think. Like, I'm a big fan of Frankenstein. The original one, I fucking love it. I could watch it anytime it's put in front of me. And there's been a few over the years that they've done that have hit the mark that I've really liked. But I don't know, man. Just that Robert De Niro Frankenstein left such a fucking bad taste in my mouth. I always shake my head whenever I hear they're making like another version of it. But I mean, this one for me, for the most part, hit the mark. It just, like I said, a little long in the second act, but I mean, the acting's really good and it's really cool. I did like how they kind of, made Adam progress and got smarter and smarter. And, when he finally does figure out what the fuck he is and what he's doing, and he falls in love, but he doesn't know how to fall in love. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty cool. It's well acted. So anyways, if you have seen this, chime in and let me know what you think of it. If you haven't, go watch it and then come back and let me know what you think. I'm curious to see what you guys, your take on this movie for sure. Anyways, it's called Depraved. It's out now. And until next time, guys, stay scared.